Holy flippity flip flop flap and smokes, everyone. We need to talk about what the heck is going on with gold and silver right now. For the past month, gold is down around 5%, silver is down around 13%. So, what is causing this sell off in the gold and silver market? And are the markets right? Should we all be selling our gold and silver right now? Or is this a great accumulation zone? Well, that's exactly what we're going to discuss in today's video. We're going to go over all the action, what happened in the markets today. I took the weekend off to try to recover from this chest cold that I've been having. So hopefully my voice holds up well today. But we're going to break down exactly what is going on. So without further ado, everyone, let's hit the charts. Okay. So look at this. We can see gold has fallen from its recent highs of just over $2,000 per ounce. It is down about 5.8% for the month. I'll move myself here so you can, I'll move the chart here so you can see better. It's down to around $1,837 an ounce. Now we look at silver. Silver is down about $3 an ounce. It's down around 13% over the past month. So again, what is behind this? Okay, everyone. Well, we'll also have a quick look. Nah, don't allow notifications for that. We'll have a look here at oil. We'll go ahead and fix the chart here for oil. We can see oil selling off as well. All commodities selling off. Surprisingly, though, Bitcoin is still doing okay for the past month, up from around 25,000 to around 27,500. Now, this is very, very simple, everyone, why gold and silver is selling off. And let me show you why. And I think a lot of you that are speaking in the chat know exactly why this is happening. We're going to break it down a bit more. So look at this. Not that one. Sorry. That's actually, I've got to go cover the indexes today. So what was interesting, the Dow Jones actually went down. We can see here down 0.3%. But the NASDAQ was up 0.6%. Now, based on what happened in the markets today with interest rates, I would have thought the NASDAQ would be tanking, not the Dow. But we're going to go over that in a moment. But this is the reason why, everyone. The big reason why gold and silver and oil is selling off is because the dollar is rapidly surging. Now, if we look at this, the dollar was around the DXY index, that compares the dollar to other currencies around the world, fell from a recent high in October last year of around 113, and then it plunged. And this is why commodities did great during this period to around $99, 99 in the US dollar index. But we can see here, since July, the dollar has been rallying. And whenever the dollar goes up, all commodities priced in the dollar go down, okay? It is a very simple formula. Now, you can see the DXY has been surging rapidly, okay? And that's because there's a huge rush for dollars right now. Now, you may be thinking, well, look, you hear about the dollar collapsing or the US dollar losing its purchasing power. The US dollar losing its purchasing power versus losing its world reserve currency status is very, 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 very different. It will happen eventually, but right now, other currencies are falling at a faster pace because other central banks around the world are not lifting interest rates at the same pace the Federal Reserve is doing. Because we'll go ahead and hit another chart here. This is all yields for bonds in the US right now. And look at this. The 3 months paying 5.4%, the 6 month paying 5.5%. And I even think if you're a bit uncertain on what's going to happen in the markets, if you're a bit worried in the short term what's going to happen, maybe parking your money, again, not financial advice, but in a 6 month treasury and getting a 5.5% return may not be a bad play for the very short term. But again, you don't want to be doing this long term because inflation, unlike the statistics they're putting out, is much higher than 5%. We're really seeing 10% minimum inflation. But look at this, the 10-year, it did cross 4.7% today. And the 30-year is getting very, very close to 5%. So when these go above 5%, we are going to see a lot of turbulence in the markets, okay? We're going to see a lot of money flood in to treasuries, and people who need US dollars to buy treasuries, and that makes the dollar go up. So again, fix the chart here. Is it time to sell your gold and silver? No, people, because I think the markets are getting it wrong. I think the Federal Reserve will flip early 2024. I think we are in a recession, but what happens with a recession is it takes 6 months for us to get the data of 2 negative quarters of GDP. And also, if you looked at it on a per capita basis or a per person basis, in real terms, gross domestic income is falling. It's just that there's record migration, legal migration, and illegal migration. It's making GDP look better. Also, record inflation is making GDP look better because the price of everything is going up. But if the economy is only growing at 2%, but inflation or CPI inflation is 5% and real inflation is 10%, in real terms, we're at stagflation. We're in stagflation right now. Now, during times of stagflation, like we saw during the 1970s, we saw gold and silver absolutely skyrocket. Also, leading into the 2008 financial crisis. I'll just bring up the chart here. We can see here from 2008, gold went from around $700 an ounce, and it peaks in around 2011 to $1,700 an ounce, or $1,800 an ounce, sorry. Okay? So when things really hit the fan, when we get the data that we are actually in a recession, because this is a short-term thing, because the US government, they avoided a shutdown, so everyone's all of a sudden very bullish. Yes, the economy is booming, but the spending bill was only 45 days. There's still a lot of problems with the US government right now with the debt. Once this debt gets out of control, and the Federal Reserve has to start monetizing the debt, and what that means is, if people start to lose faith in the US government being able to repay the debt, and nobody wants to buy bonds, and bond yields keep skyrocketing like they are now, and making the interest costs on that debt so high, well, they'll have to be the buyer of last resort. That's when the US Treasury can issue an IOU, these Treasury bills or these bonds, and then the central bank goes ahead and buys them straight away. And once they do this, we all know, even if the dollar doesn't crash compared to other currencies, your purchasing power will be greatly diminished. And you're going to need some gold and silver to hedge against that. Now, again, like I said, I think in 6 months we will have the official data that we are in a recession. And what happens in a recession is gold and silver is seen, or more specifically gold, is seen as a safe haven. Now, right now, because of the shutdown avoided, people think the economy is going to boom. But I don't think that's going to happen at all. And I'm just looking at the super chat there. Thanks for the super chat. He says price increases means the economy is doing poorly. A booming economy is inherently deflationary. That's exactly right. The United States used to have fractional cent coins. That's exactly right. If the economy is getting more efficient, better, things should get cheaper. But no, the government needs inflation. They need inflation because they can't afford to repay the debt. But if they can create inflation and push you all into the highest income tax bracket, that's how they can afford it. Make the price of everything more expensive, make sales tax go up, property taxes go up, everything, so they can just not even repay it, but just service the debt. So again, everyone, just a quick recap. Why gold and silver is selling off right now, because the dollar's going up. People think the economy is booming, but the economy is not booming. I think eventually the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates early next year in 2024. That will make the dollar fall. Gold and silver will rally once people see how bad things really are in the economy. But what do you all think about this? Let me know in the chat below. Thanks for watching. You're awesome. I'll see you all in the next video.